Hello there everybody, my name is Derailious. Welcome back to another video. Today's video I will be going over two new OP enchantments that have been spotted in Varman's Skyblock. These two enchantments, One for All and Soul Eater, can be absolutely game changing, and honestly I really can't wait for them to come out simply because they kind of play into a lot of builds that have been created recently. But before we begin, I want to make the note that only about 10% of you guys are subscribed. That number has gone up recently thanks to all your support. But if we can get that to about 12%, it'd make me even happier. So thank you all for all the support, and let's launch right into the video. So currently, if you go on Varman's Skyblock account, you can find that he has a book that has two enchants. One for All level 1 and Soul Eater level 1. These are game changing. If you look at the enchants, currently they provide a 300% bonus, damage, and strength, and literally every stat increase on a weapon at the cost of losing your enchants. And Soul Eater provides a 1% strength, I would say steal, from any mob that you kill, applying on the next enemy that you attack. And I want to say that this is probably the most game-changing thing in Hypixel Skyblock ever, if it's introduced properly. Now first, let's make the note. What does this change if you get it on a weapon? Well, bows can't get aiming, which I would say would probably be the most interesting thing. They won't have snipe, and they won't have the close range variant of snipe, which I think is... I don't even know what the close range variant of snipe is, honestly. But they don't have aiming, which is very interesting, and they don't have infinite quiver, which means you might have to actually buy more arrows every once in a while. What do swords lose? Well, they lose telekinesis, and so do bows. Telekinesis is a big one to lose. I would probably also consider Giant Killer to be a big one to lose, as well as First Strike, because of the high increases to base damage. Now, what do you gain? Well, on something like a Flower of Truth, as you can see, my strength is 1,075, or 1,076. If I were to get a One for All on this weapon, and let's assume that One for All goes to level 5, which would be a 1,500% increase to base damage, or base stats, rather. I would have 4,000 strength outside of dungeons. If you don't know how strength works, it is a multiplicative stat. If you were to walk around with a weapon that had 4,000 strength, you'd be one-tapping everything. Especially with that high level of damage, because a 1,500% damage increase on this weapon would be physically equivalent to walking around with a weapon that has over 1,800 damage and 4,000 strength. That is nuts. That is game-changing. You get that on a Livid Dagger, and not only that, but you're critting everything as well. You get that on a Runon's Bow, and now you suddenly are walking around with almost 1,500 strength on a bow, and way over 2,000 damage. What does this mean? Well, it means that probably it's going to become the most expensive item ever released on release. I can't imagine anyone being able to get their hands on it for the first few days, because everyone's going to be buying them out for hundreds of millions of coins to test out the enchant. If it's good, and it's very likely to be good, I can imagine it completely changing the way Skyblock is played. It's literally going to become grind out on dungeons until you can get to floor 7, grind floor 7 until you get the book drop, sell the book. If it's an easy to get drop, though, and it sells for a couple million coins because it's that easy to get, I don't know. If it's good and it's 2 million coins per level 1 book, and it's like 20 million for a level 5. I don't really know how the math works. It might be 30 million. Even 30 million for a level 5, I can imagine people would be grinding out very heavily for that. Power creep in Skyblock is a big problem, mostly outside of dungeons. I can imagine that this would require a massive rebalance to a lot of the game, because holy crap, would this be game-changing. Soul Eater is an interesting ultimate enchant. It's not that special, though. I think it looks good, but it doesn't look like it's truly busted, like One for All does. I don't know if One for All is going to get nerfed. I think it might. I can't imagine them releasing with it the way it looks right now, because it looks really strong. So yeah, I don't want to belabor the point too much, but you can do some wild things with it. I know you can do a Derailious axe. You could do stacking magic find. So you would have like 275 magic find, which is nuts. Plus black cat. You could combo that with a Ender Dragon pet if you're super rich, giving you plus 10% stats. So if you have 4,000 strength from a Flower of Truth, you get an extra 400, which is a lot. So I can imagine that being interesting. I just see it as a big change. I don't know. I'm kind of just numb to how crazy they're getting with Skyblock. It looks like they're pushing the boundaries one way or another, and I think that's generally a good thing. Really excited to see it. I can imagine this breaking the game, though. So, we'll see what happens. On that note, fellas, I don't want to keep going for too long. I don't want to take up too much of your time. My name is Derailious. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please make sure you follow my Twitch down below. And on that note, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.